My name is Fern Nueno. I'm with the City of Long Beach, Office of Climate Action and Sustainability, and our team really appreciates the opportunity to celebrate Earth Day with everyone today. And we're here, you've seen, we have some resources for residents that we want you to use to take action to improve our climate. So thank you for city staff and residents for being here today and for watching our event today. This year's International Earth Day theme is Our Power, Our Planet, and it aims to highlight the importance of renewable energy. The City of Long Beach is committed to investing in sustainable solutions that will help us reach our carbon neutrality goals. Commercial and residential energy make up almost a third of our city's carbon emissions. Implementing new energy policies and programs will be crucial to reducing our emissions to reach our 2030 and our 2045 greenhouse gas emission reduction goals. We're grateful to be joined by some wonderful community partners today working to support green energy solutions in Long Beach. First, I'd like to welcome our Long Beach Mayor, Rex Richardson, to speak about some of our programs and what our city is working on. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you all for joining us for Earth Month, and let's hear it for Fern in our Office of Sustainability. Let's hear it for Fern. First of all, we have a Fern. We have a Fern in the city, and we are fortunate that we have our own Fern. I always play with the name because, you know, Earth Day, Fern, and we're green, and this is clearly Fern. You know, if you weren't working in sustainability, I don't know what you would do with a name like Fern. A gardener, farmer. But thank you, Fern, my friend. I've known her for many years. I started with the city a long time ago, and it's great to see, you know, how many of you are still keeping up this focus. Larry, doing great work. Stella, people I've known for many years, are still keeping this focus on sustainability and climate action. And frankly, it's because of many of you, because of the people of this city, is why Long Beach is a leader, a national leader on climate action and on sustainability. And here in Long Beach, it's more than just recognizing Earth Day or Earth Month. We are taking real steps and real action. We have a climate action and adaptation plan. We are taking concrete steps in our city to ensure that we are achieving carbon neutrality in our city. We are taking the steps to lead the greening of our fleets, our refuse vehicles, all of those things. We do have our own utilities department, energy resources department that's focused on becoming the climate leader across the nation. We do have the Port of Long Beach that has been committed to greening our port and committed to carbon neutrality for many years and taking real concrete steps to shift, and I won't give up all Mario's talking points, but to shift our port to becoming a port that is zero emissions, taking real steps to achieve that, a carbon neutral port, leading across the world in these conversations. We're investing in things like clean energy and pure wind and all of these steps and envisioning really transforming our reputation, our history as a city. You know, we're a big oil town in Long Beach, and many of you know this. Long Beach is an oil province, one of the very few in the United States that was founded, and much of our growth was connected to the discovery of oil in our city. 100 years ago, 1923, 102 years ago, we were the fastest growing city in America because oil was discovered here. And we needed a lot more housing, and that's why North Long Beach was annexed in 1923. We were in a big battle with the city of Los Angeles over who was gonna win North Long Beach, and it was overwhelmingly voted to be Long Beach. It only took us 99 years to get a mayor from North Long Beach, so we're heading in the right direction. We passed the Recreation Park Bond in 1923, expanding open space in our city. We celebrated 100 years last year of our airport. We needed air mobility. Farmers and Merchants Bank, St. Mary's Hospital. These are institutions we needed because we were a growing community. Much of the infrastructure around our coastline was all connected to revenue for oil that was produced in our city. Right? It wasn't just that we were taxing it, we received direct revenue, and we still do. So we acknowledge that that's been a big part of our history, but if we're gonna have a sustainable future, then we have to figure out ways to make a more climate forward, more sustainable economic future for our city. This is our number one challenge that we have as a city, is how do we shift our services that we all care about, police, fire, seawalls in Naples, All of those things that we've depended on. I got Naples resin over here. We've depended on oil for those things for many years, and we can't anymore. So how do we grow an economy that is green, that is sustainable? Do we wait? Do we kick the can down the road for future generations to solve, or do we get ahead of it now and invest in industries of the future? That's the most pressing thing that we can do right now, is focus on how we create this industry of the future. And we're already making great progress. We've talked about the port, but even modernizing our land uses over near the airport has created real opportunities to invest in advanced manufacturing. We're one of the fastest growing space clusters in America. We're seeing advanced manufacturing have a resurgence in California, centered on Long Beach, where we announced Ford Motor Company is building their advanced clean fleet, advanced electric vehicle manufacturing and research and development center in Long Beach. I went and took a tour. It looks like Tony Stark's office. It does. It looks like a R&D. It looks like Tony Stark designed this thing, right? They'll have cars on turntables and all sorts of future tech with 500 jobs, right? They already have the keys. It's being built out now. You have a company called Vast that is investing in building the world's first commercial space station. They're already north of 700 jobs in 2 years. Much of this work is sustainable, it's clean, and it's the future economy in Long Beach. And so as we shift away from oil production, we have to lean into an exciting future where it's not all about building warehouses for trucks with 40 jobs at minimum wage. But if you have a 100,000 square foot facility, let's fill it in with engineers and welders who can go to Long Beach City College and make $45 an hour creating clean vehicles for the future. And jobs that they can get trained at Long Beach City College with a welding certificate without a bachelor's degree and get a great job and be able to support their families. That's the future that we're shaping right now. And so it starts with leadership and a community who's willing to come together and say we want better and we want more for our families. I'm going to start on you in a minute. Our communities, it starts with all of us demanding a better future for our young people. And I said this when I was initially sworn in, what's interesting for me, my perspective, and I'll close with this. What's interesting for me is that I'm the first mayor that's had school-age children. We've never had that. Since you see the mayors of Long Beach, we've never had a mayor that's had school-age children while they're in office. And I see my children grow up every day, and they grow up very fast. And those of you who are parents who have raised children, they grow up very, very fast. Well, during the time, if I have the good fortune of serving the entire time as mayor, my kindergartner, who was in kindergarten when I started, would have been graduating high school and would be an adult. So it's an interesting juxtaposition to look at the time you have in office is your child's entire childhood, right? How much good can we do through the course of someone's childhood? What future are we leaving for them? When we think about the opportunities that they'll have, housing, economic future, education, and sustainability, they have to be our number one priority because we are literally handing it on to the next generation. And what do we want to say about how we met these challenges of our future? I feel good. I sleep well knowing that it's our top priority to address the climate transition, to make sure that we leave our city better off than it was than we received it. And so that's our work. We are committed to climate sustainability. We are committed to decarbonization, resilience, and we're committed to equity, no matter who's in the White House. That's a priority for who we are in Long Beach, and that's never going to change. We're going to stand on our values. So I want to thank you, Fern, and your entire team. Sorry for the name jokes. It's Earth Day. The thing about having young children is I am also a young mayor, and I'm a dad, so I tell very terrible dad jokes. But I want to thank all of you, and I want to invite up our next speaker. No? Yes? Okay, well, bring Fern back to the stage. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mayor Richardson. And yes, next I'd like to invite up Mario Cordero. He's the CEO of the Port of Long Beach. Thank you.
Thank you, Fern. And Mr. Mayor, the Port of Long Beach is just following your lead. And the reason I say that is because I'm going to make a few comments here, but before I do, I want you to acknowledge these three numbers. And the reason is because in 1970, when Earth Day came about, it said we were going to celebrate the planet. And it said that we were going to make awareness on how important it is to celebrate this planet. And hence, this year, the Port of Long Beach is celebrating 20 years of leading green. 20 years because in January 2005, back then, we formalized a policy known as the Green Port Policy. It wasn't just words on a piece of paper on a wall, it was a commitment. And 20 years later, that commitment has resulted in the following. So repeat after me, 92. Is this Earth Day or what? We got to be excited, celebrating. 92. 71. 98. What that is, that today, the Port of Long Beach has reduced, and this is per a third-party independent air quality audit, has reduced particulate matter by 92%, has reduced NOx by 71%, and has reduced SOx by 98%. This was a 20-year endeavor. We're celebrating that, but we're also celebrating that our job's not done. We're moving to zero. And as the mayor said, because of his leadership, we're expediting this mission to zero. Now, and I'm referencing zero-emission cargo handling equipment by 2030 at our terminals. It's a challenge, but we're gung-ho. And by 2035, zero-emission trucks. I think we're going to get there earlier as it relates to trucks. So one last thing before I end. PRW. I'm sure many of you heard about PRW. That's our Pier Wind project. Admittedly, this is a long-term project. I say that because what the Port of Long Beach is doing is not just to try to clean the air now as much as we can with the technology that we have today, but as the mayor referenced, we're working for the next generation. Because I would admit, I don't think Pier W will be completed, at least I won't be around to do that, and it's not going to really benefit my generation. It's a long-term project, but it's a beginning. We're going to move forward, not because it's convenient to move forward. Today, it's inconvenient to move forward because of the politics sometimes of the debate of renewable energy and wind. But whatever that debate is and wherever you stand on that issue, let's look at the facts. In the world today, 30% of the world today relies on renewable energy for electricity. That's a big number compared to what it was 5-10 years ago. In the United States, 21% of our electricity in the USA is from renewable energy. And last, California is the leader with 54% of our electricity needs from renewable energy. So don't think that we're going to stop at the Port of Long Beach because of inconvenient politics. We're moving forward. It may not happen soon, but the train has left the station. That train may be moving slower, but there's no better place to make this awareness and create this synergy as today, Earth Day, a time to celebrate, a time to create awareness, and a time to protect the next generation. Thank you so much for your advocacy.
Thank you so much. It's encouraging to hear from both of our first speakers everything that the city is doing to promote sustainability and stay as leaders in this space. Next, we're going to welcome our community partners. We have Marissa Semensi, the Executive Director of the Long Beach Community Action Partnership.
Hi. Come on. Give it to me. Hi. I am honored today to speak to you about the work we do at Long Beach Community Action Partnership. We just celebrated our 45th year, And we are focused on helping alleviate the burden of severe economic hardship that our families in Long Beach sometimes face. We do this through 4 core programs. We operate PadNet, which is our public access digital network, very similar to our wonderful friends here at LBTV, our government counterparts. We actually focus on community media, amplifying community voice and access. We operate VITA, which is a volunteer income tax assistance program, which assists with tax preparation. Come on, stay with me. This season, we actually processed over 900 returns, generating $1.5 million in refunds. And for those of you who are not aware, there is an extension for California, and we are operating year-round. So if you need, or your relatives or family or neighbors need assistance with tax preparation, we are available to assist. We have our Leadership Arts Mentoring Program, also known as LAMP, which is currently recruiting for our summer paid youth internship program, where we teach leaderships through the arts. And finally, why I have been asked to come and speak to you today is ELITE, our energy assistance program, which really speaks to today's theme of Our Power, Our Planet. ELITE stands for Eastern Los Angeles Energy Assistance Team. As you can see, we love our acronyms. But our ELITE program has 2 functions. Our first function is utility assistance. It is a one-time-of-year benefit payment that helps cover utility costs for those families who are most critically in need. We also do emergency support for households that are experiencing emergency shutoffs, helping to get those services reconnected. In 2024, in Long Beach alone, we served 2,800 households, equaling $2.5 million in utility payment support. Our second function is our weatherization program. And weatherization is in direct alignment with Earth Month's emphasis on sustainability practices and includes using resources responsibly and reducing the environmental impact. Weatherization focuses on creating a healthier indoor environment through energy savings, improving health and safety outcomes, and providing equitable access for underserved communities. These benefits include energy efficiency. Through our weatherization measures, such as improving ventilation, insulation, sealing air leaks, heater replacements, and upgrading appliances to reduce energy waste, it does more than just contribute to energy savings and reduce carbon emissions. They also keep these emissions from harming our residents, especially older adults and children who are particularly vulnerable. Second, reducing greenhouse gas emissions. By lowering the demand for electricity and natural gas, which is often produced by using fossil fuels that create greenhouse gas emissions, leads to a smaller carbon footprint. And as we all love to do, saving money. Ensuring that households receive comprehensive energy efficiency upgrades that reduce consumption leads to lower energy bills. And lastly, we provide energy education, offering tips and tricks to promote informed energy choices and encourage sustainable practices. I actually brought some of our outreach materials, our educational materials. They're on the table. They're coloring books for both adults and for children, because we all love to learn while we're having fun, right? Okay. So I'd like to end today with a short story. On Tuesday of this week, our team visited a Long Beach family. They did not have access to hot water, and several of their appliances were not working properly. After a comprehensive assessment, we were able to replace their water heater, refrigerator, stove, air conditioner, and a washing machine. When our team came back to the office, they were just expressing such gratitude because they were able to see the tears of joy and the relief that was expressed by this family. This family was made up of a single parent and a child with autism. And the team was so excited to know that this family would no longer have to trek to the laundromat to get their clothes washed. They would no longer have to take cold showers. That is the impact that our work does. Earth Day is a celebration of nature and the human efforts to prevent or to protect our environments and our ecosystems. Weatherization is one of those efforts. In Long Beach alone, in 2024, we weatherized over 200 households, investing $500,000 in energy upgrades. As California and Long Beach transitions towards cleaner energy, ensuring equitable access to energy efficiency programs is essential to improving affordability, reducing environmental impacts, enhancing public health, and lessening the financial burden for Long Beach families. Thank you very much for your time, and please grab a coloring book.
Thank you so much, Marissa. And our last speaker today is Stella Ursua. She is the Director of Community Engagement and Partnerships at Grid Alternatives Greater Los Angeles. Thank you.
Thank you, Fern, and thanks to you for putting this together, for adding me to the speakers list here. Great dignitaries, and I've worked with all of them in the past before, so I'm really excited to be here. I am the Community Engagement and Partnerships Manager, Director, sorry, I just demoted myself, for Grid Alternatives. We are a nonprofit organization that is stationed in Los Angeles. Our office is in Los Angeles. We have offices throughout California, and we will be very shortly adding opening a training facility here in Long Beach. So we're really excited about that. We're going to be working with Conservation Corps of Long Beach at their location right across from Willow Springs Park. And so we're going to be continuing with our workforce development programs. We offer solar training right now to folks that are interested in moving into clean energy and clean mobility type of industries. But we're also going to add solar, along with solar installation, battery storage training, and electric vehicle technician training as well. So we're really excited about that. It just continues. We opened a center over in Pacoima just a little bit ago. We're looking at Pomona. And so there's definitely a need for more folks that are interested in getting into these green industries, green jobs. So, but I wanted to say, real quick, I want to take one step back. You know that I heard our mayor, Rex Richardson, talk at a Leadership Long Beach presentation way back at the expo up in Bixby Knolls, and I said, wow, he gave his presentation, his Leadership Long Beach presentation. I'm like, this guy's going someplace, man. I never knew it was going to be the mayor of Long Beach, right? Was it 2010? Holy moly, wow, that's a long time ago. But anyways, we have completed a lot of work here in Long Beach. We want to do more, okay? We have installed probably about 400 solar energy systems, and we're trying to get more and more folks connected to clean energy. We know that people are hurting out there. We hear all the time that people are looking at $500, $600 energy bills. That's ridiculous. We can cut that in half by 50 to 80%, right? Imagine what that money coming back into the budget, the family budget, could mean to folks. So I have some flyers here for both the program and for our workforce development program. Please, 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 if you know anyone that might need this service, please let us know, okay? I can leave some flyers here. I'll give you my card. But you know, lastly, I want to make sure that folks understand that we are committed to Long Beach. I mentioned about 400 or so installs, right? We want to do more work here in Long Beach. And so that means opening the training facility, partnering with Sustainability Office, with Community Development Services, with the Port, with all the departments so that we better connect folks to these programs, to these services, right? We have a grant right now. We're hoping that the grant goes through, that we can start to install battery storage systems as well. That's going to be a huge difference for families that are struggling. So just wanted to say thank you for inviting me, Fern, and for allowing me to speak just a little bit about what we do at Grid Alternatives. Again, if you need more information, I'm here after after we get done here, and come up to me, talk to me. I'm looking for more partners, always looking for more partners. And so please help us do this for Long Beach residents. Thank you.
Continue to be very encouraged by all the wonderful work happening in our city. So thank you so much to our wonderful speakers. Thanks to our tabling partners here. We have plenty of more information and free stuff and free cupcakes, so please enjoy. Thank you all for joining us today. We do have our Climate Resilient and Sustainable City Commission meeting starting in the Civic Chambers at 4 p.m. if anyone's interested. And we hope to see you this Saturday at Willow Springs Park for our City Nature Challenge event. And more information on any of the programs that we discussed or Earth Month activities, lbcity.info/lbem for Earth Month. Happy Earth Day, everyone. Thank you.